Alright guys, real quickly I just wanted to show you how easy it is really to get Android apps for your Android device, especially for this particular application. So basically what I've done is I've logged into the market.android.com, just ran through Google, basically Google account, you can log into it. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to do a search and we're going to type in OBD2. You can see OBD2. And what I'm looking for is I've actually already installed, as you can see there, I've installed Torque Pro. I believe it was $4.99 or $3.99, something like that. Definitely worth it to have on the Android device. There's another one they recommended too, is called OBDroid. So that's what we're looking for. It looks like, okay, there's the free version. They should have an ad-free version. Here we go, OBDroid Pro. So for $2.99, we're gonna go ahead and buy it. Well, I got my info on file, so basically all you have to do is go down here, basically tell you what you're buying, what phone it's going to. We're going to click continue here, and we're going to go ahead and confirm your purchase. I'm buying OBDroid Pro. Okay, your purchase is complete, your download is sent to your device shortly, so we'll go ahead and click OK. What's really cool about this is that literally it syncs right up with your phone. So let me go and get this back in my hand here. Pull out the device, and this is an Evo 3D through Sprint. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and get it activated here. Get back to my home screen. Okay, so here we are on our home screen. As you see up the top here, it's letting us know that it's actually installed, ready to go. So we'll go ahead and pull this down. Trying to do this while looking through the camera is very difficult. So as you can see, we've got, it's actually giving me, but there's the OBDroid Pro, and just a moment ago I actually installed Torque Pro. So you can get that in focus there. So now what we'll do is we'll go into our phone here and just look up where that device is, or where that app is. So we'll go to our apps menu here and scroll through, and we should find, okay, so there's Torque. We'll go ahead and click on that, and it'll open up and say potential bug. You've got some other garbage installed, probably Pandora. This is a cool feature in this GPS 9. Basically, you can triangulate your position and give you quarter-mile times where you run on the road through GPS on your phone, which is really neat. So it wants us to turn GPS on. We'll go ahead and turn it on just to make it happy. Okay, blah blah blah. Strange is I'm got no settings on this one now, so we'll go back to where we were, and now we're in Torque. So as you can see, this is Torque. And its acceleration right now obviously is just kind of detecting where my position is, and I'm not really moving at all, but it's kind of jumping around there. But this is all the different, you can check faulty codes, real-time information, map view, what else do we got here, graphing, and of course if we're hooked up to an OBD2 reader or not. So all that's really cool. Give me just a second here, I'll go back into the car and we'll actually show you what these apps can do inside the car. Alright guys, back in the car here. So we still got our OBDLink hooked up. And this one does support the Bluetooth. And as you saw, we just installed the apps for my phone to kind of read this information. So firstly, so what we need to do is firstly we need to connect the phone to the OBDLink. And to do that, we're firstly going to have to turn on our Bluetooth. So we're going to go into our settings here. Go right into settings. We're going to look for our wireless and networks. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And as you can see, Bluetooth is turned off currently, so we're going to go ahead and turn that on. Alright, now our Bluetooth is turned on. Let's go into Bluetooth settings here and see if we can't locate our device. So as you can see, we've got a number of things here. We can also connect our phone to other things too. So what we're actually going to do is we're going to scan for devices. And right away, as you can see, my phone has picked up the ScanTool.net A177. So let's go ahead and pair with this device. In the documentation that I did end up reading after all, one of the things I quickly picked up while reading that is that it does have a pairing code, which is 1234. So we're going to type that in 1234, and then we're going to hit OK. And paired but not connected. Okay, so now let's open up the software that we need. We're going to go ahead and go back. And I actually have this set up, so we're going to go ahead and flip over to my screen here with those already preloaded on it. Okay, so on this screen I've actually got a number of tools here that I'm using while we're working on stuff. So Torque, OBDroid, and Craigslist Honda. This is actually a cool app. There's a one out there for Hondas that will allow us to look up information on the fly about ECUs and transmissions and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up Torque. Blah blah blah, Pandora, we don't like Pandora, okay. We're not going to enable the GPS for now, there's really no need. So let's go ahead and grab. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and tell the adapter to talk to the ECU. Alright, so now as we can see over here, we're actually linked up. Down, so it's talking to each other. I don't know what's flashing. Let's go ahead and start the car. Alright. So let's get some real-time information going here. So it's given us quite a bit of information. Revs, instantly working. All that's working. Let's flip through here and see what other information the Pro version gives us. Okay, so we got a bigger rev counter. And of course you can add gauges and add, you know, whatever you would like. Let's see what else they've put on here by default for us. So you can do 1/8 mile time, 1/4 mile time, give you an estimated horsepower. Of course, if the GPS was on, it would actually give us an acceleration in G's. But that's that. Very simple to do, guys, very cheap. I believe the kit was $125. Or I'm sorry, I believe it might have actually been $149. So it's $149 for the Bluetooth OBDLink. Comes with a serial cable you need to connect up to your car's ECU. Also comes with the, it's a standard printer cable, honestly. If you've got a printer cable, it's that cable. And it obviously just... Alright guys, so what I wanted to show you is unfortunately in the GSR the engine code was actually cleared. We did fix it, I forgot about that. So, but this is actually my neighbor's car. It's a Toyota Corolla, and it does have an engine code. Let's go ahead and fire up the car here. Let me switch hands. So as you can see, we actually do have a check engine light. So let's figure out exactly what's causing the issue. So we're gonna whip out our, we've got everything hooked up with our OBDLink. It's going into, the port for this one is just a little bit different than the other one, but it's going into the OBD2 port. Got everything hooked up on the ECU side of things, so let's flip over. We'll go ahead and enter Torque. It's gonna yell at us about Pandora. I have a Pandora app installed and evidently it interferes with this, so we don't need GPS right now, we're not actually going anywhere. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go to this check fault code. So we'll go ahead and select that. And it's actually syncing up now, so we'll give it just a moment here. Okay, so there it goes. I just refreshed it, is all I did. So we got it refreshed, it's picking up the code, and there we go. So as you can see, it's actually throwing a P0141 code. It's listed under powertrain. It's the O2 sensor, heater circuit, bank 1, sensor 2. So We've actually looked this part up on O'Reilly already. It's going to be about $100. But Bank 1, Sensor 2, it does have 2 sensors. We did look it up, the part number is the same, so no matter which sensor you get, it does fit it. So we can also do this, which is really neat. So we'll go ahead and select that. We have the option to do a web lookup. So let's go ahead and do that and see what the web has to say about it. And I actually do have it connected to my home wireless. Let me get this device kind of pointed towards my home wireless here, and hopefully it'll make the page load a little faster. Okay, so there we go. And this kind of information will give us, so let's actually zoom in on this a little bit. So I've just used my phone here and I zoomed in a little bit. So we got generic, Air, Chrysler, of course, will give you a little bit more information regarding the Chrysler one, a Ford, GM. I don't think they're actually going to have Toyota, but yeah, so we don't actually have Toyota here, but no big deal. We do know that is an O2 sensor. We actually did double reference this, so we know that that is in fact what the issue is. So it's very cool. You can look that information up on the web. So if the device itself doesn't know exactly what that error code is, you can go right out to the internet. And as I said before, no matter what code you Google search, it will tell you what that code is, and you know, do some more research on it. I'm sure you figure out for your manufacturer vehicle, it'll tell you exactly what that code means. So there you go. That's using the Torque software with the OBDLink to diagnose a car that has a check engine light on it. So as you can see, very, very unique system with the Bluetooth. And of course, I really don't need to have these two devices sitting here. More or less, I just wanted to be able to show you guys that it is kind of reading back and forth between the devices. But it's very cool information. And just to kind of show you too that this is compatible with a wide range of cars. You know, as you saw before, it hooked up to the Acura Integra GSR, which is an 01 model. This is, I believe, a 99 Toyota Corolla. But it is, in fact, you know, let me go ahead and bring up the big RPM meter here. Okay, so there we go. We've got our tachometer here, and it's idling. You know, as you can see, it's idling. Let's go ahead and rev it just a little bit here so you can see it does work across the board, several different models. There you go. There you have it. That's Torque. I'm not going to open up the OBD or the OB Droid, no sense. It's just the same software. It's going to read the same code, most likely from the same database, but there you have it.